I'm glad you're joining us today. I want to talk about a brand new series of messages entitled The Rest of Your Life, the Best of Your Life. Many times the devil tries to tell us that the best days for us are behind us. That's a common theme with the enemy because he never wants you to think about your future. He doesn't want you to know you have one. Actually, he wants you to only look at the future with dread, anxiety, fear, and the devil is just a negative person. And so I want today to tell you some things from God's perspective, not just today, but for the next several weeks. We're going to talk about the rest of your life, the best of your life. There's a scripture that I love in Jeremiah 29 and verse number 11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope." And so that's the way God feels about your future. Regardless of your age, regardless of how old or how young, regardless of how tough or bad things have been in the past, all that's finished as far as the past goes, and God has great things planned for the future. And I want to talk to you about how to tap into that plan, how to get with the program, we might say. And of course, the first thing that we need to understand is if we do continue to just do what we've been doing, then we will continue to have what we've been having. We'll get a little older. Some things will change. That's inevitable. But basically, the course of our lives will just keep on running as they have been. Now, if you love your life the way it is, you think it's all great, nothing needs to be changed, well, then maybe you don't need to hear this message. But if you want some changes, if there are things that need to be different or things you want to be different, then I've got some good news for you, some good things to share with you. So stay with us each and every week. First of all, I want to say the first thing that I believe is very important for this is that we learn to leave the past in the past. And there are two major areas that I think that especially Christians must deal with in order to leave the past where it is in the past. And number one, that is to forgive others and quit blaming other people for our messes, our problems, what we didn't get to do, or where we think we should have been, but we're not there because of. Just take that person's name out of your vocabulary for the time being and just forget about that. Quit blaming other people and leave the past in the past. We all have those I wish I hads, I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have invested here. I wish I would have not bought that, or I wish I would have gone there, or, whatever. There's a great list that you could probably put down, each and every one of us. But there's no future in the past. And there's no real benefit to going over that stuff over and over again. Once we learn the lesson, whatever that lesson is, then we need to move on. And so we've got to let the past be in the past. Forgive other people. Now, they may have hurt, and they may have done really wrong things. But that's between them and God now, because you and I as believers, we forgive. That's what love does. That's what the nature on the inside of us does. And that's why unforgiveness and bitterness makes us feel so terrible, because we're not geared for that anymore. If we're born again, we have a new nature. And the new nature on the inside of us is a nature of love and forgiveness. Now, that doesn't mean we go back and we allow ourselves to be abused again. That doesn't mean we go into some business arrangement with someone that's already proven to be dishonest. But it does mean that we quit talking about whatever they did and we forget about it. God, when He forgives us, He deletes the file and He don't ever bring it up again. He doesn't ever bring it up again. And that's what you and I need to do when we forgive other people. And that's one way you'll know you have forgiven, is when you don't bring it up. Secondly, the thing about leaving the past that's so important is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and take responsibility. Don't beat yourself over the head. If you've repented of whatever it might have been and you're moving on, God's forgiven you. It's under the blood. He doesn't bring it up, so you don't bring it up. And you'll find that when you break with the past, you're ready to take hold of your future. More next time.